So very sceptical Michelle here. Thank you for agreeing to this. You are the third person today that's agreed to do this, and is the third person.
Agreeing to it.
Yeah. Where's that other arm? Oh, it's
Yes,
twisted behind your
yes,
back.
exactly.
Okay, so well, thank you anyway. And there was a tacit approval, I think, rather than agreement. So just thinking about last year, sorry, 2011. What e-learning activities did you integrate into your classroom or tools?
It's really hard to list because there were actually a lot.
You're good. Oh,
Yeah,
brilliant.
that integrated. Um, all sorts of things that to do with um, finding out information as well as presenting information,
Mm.
or working with other students.
Is there a particular tool that you've used, perhaps like I don't know, Glogster or the wiki itself, or um, that really stuck out as something that worked really well?
Yeah. Well, we kept going back to the wiki and
Yeah.
adding stuff to that, and so they at the end they had a really good lot of work on there, that
Mm-mm.
learning. We did use Glogsters, but sometimes that was difficult with logins.
Yeah, exactly.
Prezi and
Oh yeah,
a little bit, yeah. Word and publishing and
yeah. So what was the most successful thing that you used? What do you think? What do you think went down the best with in terms of? Well, we can look at kids what the students enjoyed, but what the actual uh, best outcomes? Which tools achieved the best outcomes in your opinion?
I think the wiki is really good because it's such you can look back and see how far they've come and
Yeah.
date it and look back on what they've done, and also being able to ship, well, paste it on, from other work and transfer it over, and it also just empowering some of the children to be those leaders.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
were really good at something, they could help someone else.
I find wikis are very versatile. I really like them. So what were the issues that you had? What roadblocks? What prevented you from doing the things that you had hoped to do, or what made life difficult for you?
I suppose because it was integrated into group work,
Mm.
so you'd have a certain number of children, reading. A reading group would be working on a computer, and so if you've got a couple of computers down, obviously they can buddy up, but then it doesn't always work.
Yeah.
So sometimes the equipment, I don't have any microphones or speakers or anything
Microphones.
like that, so we
Everybody
couldn't
said that
do
today.
anything
Yeah, that's
audio.
that's crucial. We need to sort that out. Okay, all right. Um, so the, those issues. I mean, how did you overcome them? You just collapsed the program, or what?
No, we can join
Yeah.
children together, or else find another classroom. There's
Oh, yeah,
definitely
that's true. That's true.
computers available.
So if you were to repeat any of those activities that you did in 2011, just if what would you do differently? How would you make after reflecting on what happened last year, what could be done differently to make it better?
Yeah. Well, when we were using Blogsters to do some learning and present work, we were having trouble with logins,
Hmm.
and so I didn't really know how to overcome that,
Mm.
because some children could log in and then others logged in and they'd lost all their work, or
That's strange.
yeah, I don't
So is
know.
that is that a, is that a digital citizenship thing where the children? I mean, you're teaching what, year 4?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, by year 4, I would have thought the children should be able to handle it. A couple or 3 passwords.
Yeah, they could, but even when I plugged it in, they wouldn't work. So it was more of maybe the site problem
A
rather
site
than
problem.
the
Okay.
children.
Yeah. Did you report that to Glogster
No.
themselves? No. Okay. All right. I know they've changed it all again this year. It's all got to pay now.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, all those things and the reflections from 2011, what are your goals for 2012? What would you like to achieve? There's several questions here. In your mind's eye, how do you envision e-learning in your class by December 2012? And so to get there, what will your goals be?
So you want all children to be confident at using
Mm.
the equipment in different programs and really grow from where they are now.
Mm.
I'd like to use it more often.
Mm-hmm.
So we certainly used it reading, writing, maths, and landscape, but I didn't have it. There's some times in the day when you're doing other things.
Well, that's fair enough too. I mean, my old boss used to say to me she'd wanted to see the computers on 85% of the time. So, I mean, that's a pretty high rate. But, there are times when the computers are, not, we can't do anything.
Mm.
Um,
I'd also like to use the data projector more
mm.
because I only got that towards the end of
Oh,
the
yeah,
year,
okay, yeah,
and I haven't had training on on the
yeah,
interactive
board, yeah, yeah,
whiteboarding
yeah,
and
the
things.
internet,
So
yeah.
really like to
So have you got a
get involved
Mimeo or
in
have you got the interactive data projector?
interactive.
Okay, all right. Um, so, so how do you think we might, if thinking big towards December already, how do you think we might measure the impact that all this time and energy that's going to go in over the year towards e-learning how are we going to measure the positive impact that might have on student learning outcomes?
I was hoping you'd be able to help me
Yeah,
with
I will do, but I was wondering what you thought.
that. Well,
Can't pass the
I
buck like
guess
that.
measuring what they're able to do now, perhaps
Mm,
somehow, and
mm.
comparing it to what they are able to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think we do need to correct basically some sort of baseline of where they're at now. I mean, and probably do that every year from now on, so we can actually see, so we get like a whole raft of cohort stuff. But we need to think about what it is we're trying to measure.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe a list of goals that we're
well, you
likely
see,
to achieve,
yeah, I
and
mean, I wondered if we couldn't actually go down the route and say and keep it simple and say, let's see what impact introducing an e-learning tool, insert name here, will have on student reading attainment, for example, or what for example, if you were doing mathletics, what impact is mathletics having on my class compared to a class next door of the same age group that's not having mathletics? Is there a benefit with this tool? And that's that kind of measurable thing that I think we can look at. Um, so how do you intend to ensure that you're going to meet your goals? Not that you've set any, but how I guess how are you going to manage your time? I guess is what I'm saying.
well, it's good having these
Mm.
meetings every fortnight because
Yeah.
um, accountable and reporting back how
Mm.
things have gone
Mm.
and
Mm.
um, working forwards.
Okay, and I guess lastly of all, can you do you envisage that structures in the class are going to have to change, and if you think that's the case, what do you think they might be? I mean, you've already mentioned planning and rotations and stuff.
Yeah, I I pretty much rotated more around groups rather than like what Megan had with keeping the same group and then moving them out throughout the day.
Mm.
But it just suited the way I was teaching
Well, but
last
that's
year.
but that's but that's it. You got to make it work. It's got to be real for you. I mean, that's why I actually don't have a formula for to say this is the way you'll do it, because it's got to work with something you feel comfortable with. It's got to fit into your pedagogy and your philosophy, really. I mean, it's something you have to develop. Okay, well, let's see where we get to in December, eh?